Hey everybody, it's been a long time. So today we're going to do a coin shop walkthrough. I'm going to walk you around the shop and show you some cool new things that we have in our display cases. And we're going to talk about gold and silver prices, gold and silver markets, customer demand, what people are buying, what people are selling, what people are thinking about what might happen next with gold and silver prices. So we have a lot to show off and a lot to talk about. So I hope you stick around. All right, so we're going to start our coin shop walkthrough. I always like to start on this end display case here. We've added quite a few new things since the last time we viewed it here. So I'm just going to kind of put my phone down and move it every now and then. If you see anything you like, you can always pause the video and take a closer look. But traffic here at Minot Coin Bullion has remained quite steady despite the high gold and silver prices. Even though we've seen a bit of a pullback lately, demand remains strong. We do a lot of business with the public here locally, and we have a pretty good contingent of out-of-state buyers that purchase through our website as well. So it's definitely kept us busy and on our toes, and we're very grateful and thankful for that. So what type of things are people buying? Well, most notably in the silver market, at least up until a few weeks ago, American Silver Eagles were extremely hot. They've kind of waned a little bit, and I think the reason is premiums have went up quite a bit on American Silver Eagles. So we're actually discounting them right now under wholesale costs. So we're selling them at spot plus $5.50 each. But that's a higher premium than it was just a couple months back. But to replace them wholesale right now, we're going to pay over $6 per ounce. So really it's a good deal, but not everybody gets on board with that, and I guess I understand that part. So what's selling well for silver right now is 90% silver. In fact, we had a couple of flash sales over the past week of 90% silver, and we sold out quickly. The first time we did it, we had spot minus $2 per ounce. This most recent time, we were spot minus $3 per ounce. And as I mentioned, it sold out very, very quickly. We've been able to restock, however, so we do have 90% silver on hand again. And you can buy it in shop and on the website in $10 face value bags, our choice. And it's just spot minus $2 per ounce. So it's $2 under spot per ounce. If you want to have choice of dimes, quarters, or half dollars, we do charge a little bit more. It takes a little more time to fill them because our orders are coming in unsorted. So meaning bags are full of all different types of denominations, including half dollars, dimes, and quarters. So your choice, it's $1.50 back of spot. Our choice, it's $2 back of spot. So we do have 90% silver restocked and ready to sell. I don't have any out in the cases yet, but I'll show you kind of a sneak peek here of what we have in the back. I'll go back there right now. Before I get to the back, I'll show this bin. It's 90% silver mercury dimes. I have this out on the table still. We had a gentleman in here that picked through and bought about 70 of these today. So we do have mercury dimes in stock. And I'll show you what else we have in stock for 90%. So we're back here at the vault, or one of them anyway, or safe, I guess we can call it. See, the mercury dime bin's empty because most of them are up front, but we're pretty full and flush on all three types of half dollars, quarters, Roosevelt dimes, plus we have more in these smaller bins that we'll put in our cases as well. So we're well stocked with 90% silver once again. As many of you know, refiners are not accepting this right now from wholesalers or retailers. So there is a bit of a backlog on the melting process and payouts. So that is why you can buy it so cheap right now, because, you know, as dealers get inundated with this from the and retailers from the public, you know, we don't have an easy out if we have to sell some of this and liquidate it for cash. So most of us are discounting it quite heavily to put it in the hands of the stackers that want to buy it right now. So it's a great opportunity right now to buy 90% silver at a deep discount. So let me know in the comments if you've taken advantage of that. If you're a customer of mine, let me know that as well, because we had a lot of people buying 90% silver from us over the past few weeks. But let's go back up front and check out the cases some more. We still have a good variety of hand-poured silver pieces. Most of these are made locally here in Minot by a good friend of mine. In fact, I think all but 2 or 3 pieces on this tray are made by him, maybe 4 pieces. Lots of cool different designs. We have Air Force themed. We have like a Minot Coin Bullion logo up there. We have lion's head, some hearts, some bees on a honeycomb, pirate doubloons, fish, skulls. There's a trump. all sorts of different things. So those sell relatively well as well here in the shop. Show you some other things we got down here. We got some fancy PCGS autographed labels by the President Stephanie Sabin on Morgan dollars there. Here's a cool piece. Now I've showed this on my channel here before. Let me zoom back out here. So this is a kilo, 32.15 ounces of silver. It's big. I don't know, for size perspective. Let me pull it out here. Oh, I won't edit this out. This is raw and uncut because we're going to get this video out quick. But here's my hand. It's bigger than my hand. It's 1 kilo. And we actually have 2 of these. We sold these both to the same customer about a year back, and he used this silver to pay an employee of his who was doing some construction work around his home. And the employee came in and sold those to get cash. So in a roundabout way, these have traded hands a couple times, and we own them again. So we have 2 of these on hand. Very cool silver kilo pieces. If you like Scottsdale Mint products, we got these in. These are the new 2024, I guess, Cortez. And then a 2025 Caesar. These are 5-ounce silver pieces. Very, very cool. Then we have a bunch of slabbed proof 69 silver quarters. We have 2 trays worth, and they're double stacked, so we probably have 50 to 60 of those on hand. So next we'll move over to gold. And you know, I don't think I finished my thought. So before we go over to gold, let's focus on some other silver pieces here. We'll talk about, you know, aside from 90%, what's selling well? Well, privately minted silver. You know, I told you earlier, Silver Eagles were selling really well up until recently when premiums went up. So 999 silver, like 1-ounce silver rounds, 1-ounce silver bars, 5 and 10-ounce silver bars, all selling very, very well. Both BU, brilliant uncirculated, and secondary products are all selling very well because it's the cheapest premium 999 silver that you can buy right now is the privately minted stuff. And I'll skip around here. Like we have silver rounds in that bin there. Different size silver bars here in the bottom, 1-ounce, 5-ounce, and 10-ounce silver bars. Those are the best sellers right now in the silver market. We'll move on to the next case here. We have some gold and platinum on this first tray here. And if you're a sports card person, we have number 3 of 3, a LaMelo Ball Charlotte Hornet card that has a 14 karat gold bar that's a half troy ounce along with the card. Weird, huh? Yeah, I had a customer call me and asking me, do you buy gold bars? I said, yeah. He said, well, I have a half-ounce 14 karat gold bar. I said, well, that's very unusual. Usually that purity is reserved for jewelry, but bring it on in. I'll take a look. Little did I know it's part of 1 of 3 cards that exist. And we have that in the shop right now. So if there's any basketball fans or 14 karat gold bar fans, we have that. We do have a bit of platinum on hand. Platinum velocity has slowed quite a bit as the prices went up. The number of people wanting to buy it has went down, so we're not selling much platinum right now. But gold remains a good seller. We have a few different gold things here. Like I said, if you want to pause it, you sure can. I'll try to move slow enough. Inside this red pant box, actually, or slipcase, I just bought this. It's a Costco 1-ounce gold bar. We just bought that across the counter. We have some nicer U.S. gold. There's a proof half-ounce gold eagle, a couple of the Mercury Dime 1/10 ounce gold coins from 2016. And we have a cool Chinese Year of the Monkey 1/10 ounce gold piece. So what is selling well with gold? Well, mostly U.S. U.S. gold remains in very high demand. That's what's most wanted, I guess, is 1-ounce U.S. gold. Typically or traditionally 1-ounce gold eagles, because the premium on the 1-ounce gold buffaloes has actually went up recently. So in most instances, you're going to have to pay more for a gold buffalo because the wholesale cost is a few percent higher on a gold buffalo right now versus a 1-ounce American gold eagle. So buffaloes used to be hard to keep in stock. Well, now I have quite a few buffaloes on hand. In fact, there's one right there. There's a first year buffalo, proof 70 deep cameo, annex certified. But eagles are flying out more frequently now because of the cheaper premium. So, but we carry This is just a smattering of some of the gold that we carry, but lots of different stuff coming in and going out in the gold market right now. Gold backs, let me zoom out here. We do stock some gold backs. We'll probably try to get some of these on the website relatively soon. There's a 10 gold back, and then some 1 gold backs and some half gold backs. And go over here, we got some little nuggets. This isn't gonna focus very well because it's kind of in the dark corner. Then we have some proof gold Krugerrand, a 10th ounce, half ounce, and quarter ounce. And then we actually had the 1 ounce over here. So that's a 4-coin set with the gold Krugerrand. And then we got some different size gold bars there. So on over to the silver case. The sovereign silver coinage, unless it's secondary in nature, meaning cheaper price, so not perfect, brilliant, uncirculated, isn't selling very well unless it's secondary. Because like I said, people in the silver department are really gravitating towards lower premium silver pieces, which I don't blame people at all. Honestly, when I'm stacking, unless there's a collectible that I really, really want and willing to pay extra for, I want to maximize my ounces for my dollars. And I think most people want to do that. So in fact, that's what I'm seeing. Most people are doing that. So higher premium silver pieces aren't moving really well right now. And that's a reflection of the high prices as well. As I film this, we sit over $48 an ounce. I think we're close to $48.50 per ounce. That's the Kitco spot price of silver right now. And, with premium, that puts a lot of pieces over $50. And that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. I think there's a psychological barrier there where you don't want to spend that much on an ounce, because $50 is a lot. But as I tell people, hey, 50 is the new 20 in today's world. So these aren't going to show up real well because they're kind of at an angle, but we have a whole tray of Engelhard silver prospector rounds that we're selling for spot +3. That's quite cheap for prospectors. We'll flash down to the bottom here. We got some Mexican 1 ounce silver pieces, both onzas and the balance scales. There's a 2 ounce Mexican Libertad, silver bullets, some Geiger pieces. So yeah, just kind of a hodgepodge of different things down here at the bottom. As I get stuff in, a lot of times it just gets tossed on the tray and then put out here. And then just a bin of random sovereign silver. We have other countries in the back as well, but we have here in this bin a few for people to choose from. There's 1 ounce American Silver Eagles, and then we have secondary Silver Eagles. If you look in there, you maybe can see a couple left, but we're essentially sold out of secondary American Silver Eagles. We have a lot of BU ones on hand, and as I said, reason being, premiums have went up on Silver Eagles. Even though we're selling them cheaper than wholesale, they're still not moving very fast. So here's a sale we're having right now on silver dollars. We have hundreds of silver dollars on hand. Here's just a few. All of these are silver dollars, either Morgan or Peace in this case here. But in terms of the sale, you can see we got cull dollars for 39 bucks. What's a cull dollar? Well, this is the kind of quality you're going to get if you buy a cull. It'll be cleaned or heavily worn. There are some with holes in them here, but I would not ship anybody coins with holes in them unless they specifically wanted them. But those are probably one for the melting pot, or we'll make some keychains out of those and sell them as keychain with coins on them. But it's the lowest quality silver dollar, and you can buy these just for a fraction over melt value right now at 39 bucks each. And the next upgrade from there, you got Peace dollars. These will be considered fine plus condition-wise. Peace dollars were produced 1921 to 1935, with a gap in years from 1929 to 1933. They did not make any. But those are on sale for 41 bucks, so just a couple dollars over spot or melt. And then 1921 Morgan, same thing, just a couple dollars over melt. And we have a whole bunch more of those. These are more 1921 Morgans, more Peace dollars, more 1921 Morgans. There's probably 400 silver dollars in these trays right here. And then here's some more Peace dollars as well. So that's a good sale we have. Arguably, it's a 90% silver sale. Oh, I almost forgot the better quality ones, the pre-1921 Morgans, fine plus. Those are in this bin here. That's the kind of quality you'll expect to get. They're going to be fine plus. They will not be 1921, so it'll be some older dates, 1878 to 1904. And those can be bought right now for $44, which is honestly cheaper than I can buy them wholesale right now. So good deal there. But Morgan dollars, we have a lot, all different price ranges. Here's a nice 1885 GSA Morgan silver dollar. We actually have two of them here. 875 bucks on that one. So all different price points, but we have a lot at an affordable price point right now. And you can buy them on our website, minotcoinandbullion.com, while supplies last. So what are customers saying about precious metals? Well, I hear it both ways, honestly. I have people that come in that are kind of to the point where they think, you know, it hit 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and now we're back down to 48. I don't think it's going to go any higher. So there's people coming in with that mindset that are wanting to liquidate their precious metals. Obviously, we put ourselves in a position to both buy and sell no matter what the market fluctuations are. So we'll happily buy your gold and silver right now. I personally believe it's going to go higher in time. I can't tell you when, but I can tell you I believe with all my heart it's going to happen. But there again, that's just an opinion, so take it for what it's worth. But the advice I give to people, if you don't need the cash now, why are you selling? Don't sell, because I think it's going to continue to go up over time. Investing in gold and silver is a long game. There are opportunities where you can get rich relatively quickly by buying and flipping product, but that's not a good way to approach it because it typically doesn't happen that way. So buy it, hold it. You know, if it gets to a point where you can take a profit and it makes sense to use that cash for something else, go for it. But to cash out and put, you know, to sell your gold and silver and to put cash in the bank, I don't think it's a good idea right now. So unless you're going to invest it in something else or, you know, cover emergency expenses, which a lot of people have to do, I wouldn't recommend selling your gold and silver right now, but that doesn't stop people. Today was one of those days. It's a Thursday. Let's see, what is it? November 6th as I film this. Today was one of those days where we bought more precious metals in the shop today than we sold. So cash was flying out the door a good share of the day. And that's okay. We have days like that. Tomorrow might be the complete opposite. But it's nice that we're in a position where we can help people out and buy on their demand. And we've been able to do that. And we haven't had to turn anybody away yet. So if you do have precious metals that you're looking to sell, or coins or currency or anything similar to what you've seen in this video, keep us in mind. We're local here in Minot, North Dakota, and offer fair prices. So, well, I think that about takes care of the stuff in the cases. We talked about both gold and silver and the markets, how they're performing, what customers are saying, what customers are selling. Actually, we didn't talk much about what customers are selling, did we? But they're selling anything and everything. Today we bought currency, we bought gold eagles, gold Krugerrands, we bought tubes of silver rounds, we bought 10-ounce silver bars, we bought Canadian maple leafs, we bought Australian Philharmonics, we bought a tube of Australian kangaroos, we bought buffalo nickels, wheat cents, Indian head cents, we bought some copper rounds. We bought this thing, the Buffalo Nickel Coin Collection. We bought some foreign paper money that we threw in that bin there. We bought Ike dollars that we toss in that bin. So there's always stuff that's coming in the shop. We bought all these gold-plated quarters today. You know, just different interesting things that end up in the shop is what we tend to buy. So I hope you enjoyed today's COINSHOP walkthrough. We're going to try to do these more frequently. It's my most frequently requested video type, and I haven't done one in a long time, and I apologize. It's just been so busy. I use every hour before I open and after I close to take care of online orders, you know, get items that we've bought from the public processed and ready for resale, updating the website. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that go into running a coin shop. And believe me, I wish there was more time in the day, but there isn't, because I definitely would commit more to YouTube and putting out quality content. But this is what you get from me today. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, be sure to drop it down in the comments and let us know. And be sure to share the video. You can share it to your friends as well and let them know about us. Education is our #1 goal here at Minot Coin Bullion. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.